Welcome back to consecutive day 970 of a diary of a Runpreneur, and today I want to talk about an update on my exit strategy from the management of my property portfolio. So please give this a subscribe, share, like and comment, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. All the information about the challenge and how you can get involved is in the link in the comments below. Thank you as always, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 970 of a diary of a Runpreneur, 30 days off, the magic 1,000 consecutive days of running. Super excited to reach that. It's really coming around pretty quickly now. But today I want to give you a bit of an update in my business. I've often talked about the structure of my business and what opportunities I kind of work on. Well, I expect throughout the year this to change, but I work off of the 70-20-10 philosophy, which is if you work on any more than 3 things at any given time, you're spreading yourself too thinly. And percentage wise, this is how we segregate our time. So when we're looking at it from a percentage perspective, 70% of your time should be focused on your primary business, or biggest income producing business is always a quite an easy way of kind of prioritizing if you're struggling. 20% of your time should be on your secondary business opportunity or secondary stream of income, and 10% should be focused on new opportunities and tertiary streams of income. And the way mine's worked out is kind of 70% is a social housing group, which is the business I'm building with Jack Wicks, and that's got lots of challenges ahead, but we're in an exciting period because I expect this year to be experience significant growth. My secondary income stream is the property portfolio, and this is what I'm going to be updating you on today. And my kind of tertiary stream as my personal private investments in leases, in stocks and shares, forex, these types of things. It's my investment plan, is my kind of tertiary. So that's how my time is split. So 20% of my time is a lot of my time, and it's taken up predominantly by the management of my property portfolio. Now bear in mind, this is heavily systemized, so I'm not involved at all in the day-to-day, but the reason it's taking up 20% of my time is because I've made a decision with my business partner on this, in that property management is not something A, we excel at, and B, that we want to continue working within, as we've obviously opened up opportunities to work with social housing providers where they take the full management away, so we can get exponentially grow our returns and make the business model scalable. The problem with management, if you're doing it yourself, is the more stock you take on, the more you grow, the more management resources required, and the more problems that kind of arise from management. And even though it doesn't directly take up my time, I see the time and the drain and the resource it takes on my team, and it's just something that we've identified that we don't want to be growing anymore, and in fact we want to exit from it. So the reason it's taking up 20% of my time is because we're putting together this property management exit plan. There's a lot of focus on how we exit and how we reinvest the funds from the exit, and there's a lot of focus on refinancing at the moment due to the nature of how geared the portfolio is in respect to interest rate rises, all those types of things. So at a meeting today with somebody I've known a long time who's growing their business in this model, but they are specialising in a management model and also growth through acquisition. So there's a lot of synergy there between what I've done in the past and what he's doing in the future. So we've been having meetings over the past few days to try and put together a plan where he can continue to grow his business and I can exit and move away from the management of mine. So the exit's going to look in multiple different ways. When you own a large portfolio, there are obviously tax implications that you have to consider. So selling in one go is not going to happen, but selling 1 or 2 now will happen, and then potentially looking at some kind of purchase lease option arrangement whereby I can still be directly involved in the properties and the returns with this other guy who's I'm not going to mention names, in capacity, so that we can jointly get these properties to the standard that he desires, in order for him to then purchase them at a fixed price at some point in the future. So there's lots of things that we're kind of mulling around, and so this week I'll be focusing on meeting with my accountant, my tax accountant, to plan for tax, and I'll also be meeting with my solicitor, legal advisor, to understand the best way to structure such a deal, which is going to work in the best interests of all. Because I'm a strong believer with negotiations, it's not get the best deal for you, it's get a win-win situation for all parties involved, and then everybody will work together to make sure that the deal works. So it's exciting times, because the plan will be is if I can extract funds from the portfolio, I will reinvest them and acquire new properties in a company structure rather than several that are in my personal names at the moment, mine or my wife's. So I can move things into a more tax efficient structure. I can also put social housing provider leases on them, which will be a long-term tenant, and it will take me out of the management altogether, which is the model that I want to grow on a more sustainable basis. So what I imagine will be my kind of secondary goal will be my personal property acquisition plan. I'll be acquiring business in the social housing group with my business partner Jack, but I'll also be acquiring properties in my personal capacity, in my personal company capacity as well, which will be kind of my 20% as we move forward. And there's quite a few opportunities I'm looking at in my investment tertiary time as well, which takes up 10% of my time. So there's the kind of update. I will keep you posted on this, how it delivers, because how it evolves, because a long way to go, but it's the right decision I've taken. I think making that decision was one of the hardest decisions, because this is a portfolio that I've grown over the last 20 years. So why would I want to exit it? But sometimes you have to make big decisions, and I've used my big decision matrix scoring process to make that decision, which I learned from a book I recently read. I can't remember what the book's called, Fast Lane or something, about growing your wealth in a fast lane or something like that. I will dig it out and I'll let everybody know, but I've made this decision statistically, which is the most important thing, so I'm very comfortable that it is the right decision. But that's it for me today. I will keep you posted in future episodes, so any questions or comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to everyone. The moral to the story today is sometimes you have to make big decisions in your business or personal life, and if you can put some statistical elements to making those decisions, and sometimes you have to make that decision and just move forward with it, even though emotionally it's going to be a hard one. But it's normally indecision which costs you more than potentially making a wrong decision, because further down the line you can normally correct a wrong decision, but indecision is just a waste of time and a missed opportunity cost. So it's a bit of a waffly moral to the story today, but hopefully that will resonate with some of you. So please subscribe, share, like, comment, as the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise on my fundraising mission to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon. All the information about the challenge, how you can get involved, is in the link in the comments below. Thank you as always, stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.